Good morning and welcome to the third episode of this series where these Sims have to scavenge and gather resources in order to craft the items they need for their survival in this post-apocalyptic world and ultimately rebuild society. It's a bit dark because there's no light, there's no electricity, and we still have a water shortage and huge piles of trash laying around. Today we will be doing some early morning crafting with BACC to organize their inventories, while everyone else eats breakfast around the campfire and gets ready for their first day in the forest. So I hope you enjoy. In the last episode, I think I didn't really explain some things very well about the crafting, and I noticed when we crafted the fish drying rack, I didn't sell the wooden components, so we are going to do that now. And the other thing is that I don't think I mentioned is, so we have this workbench right here and there are a lot of items that they can actually craft from this workbench. So whenever we need a bed, it doesn't matter which bed, we are going to craft one from here. If it's not the bed that we like, we want another bed, we're going to sell it, buy the other bed. If there's a difference in simoleons, in worth, in value, we are going to sell some of the trash that we found in order to get the right amount of simoleons. And when we do that, I do want to look at the items and see if it makes sense that that part would be used in the item that we're making. Yeah, I don't know, I think it'll be fun. And today we're going to start him off by just making a few more wooden parts because we want to use the planks that he has in his inventory and that Kome sawed yesterday. We want to use these to craft a few shelves because we have this old storage area and these are actually decorative items but we do want to clean this area up and make this into a new storage area where they can store all of the items that they have found on their scavenging runs that are not plants or wood or stone or metal components. So that's what we're going to do first off, which will give us a chance to sort the last inventory, and that is BACC, who is now holding all of the crap that they have found in the last few days. We are also going to craft, where is it? The drafting table that John is going to need today. So let's get to crafting so we can get the shelves in the storage room up. We're going to give BACC the lamp because it would be nice to have a little bit more light to be able to, oh no, not the entire thing, the lights, there we go, so we can see what he's doing. So for every item that our mechanic is going to craft, we want them to spend at least some time behind the workbench. And while BACC is doing that, let's take a look at the morning schedule for the other survivors, because I took some time this morning to organize their inventories and only give them the items that are appropriate for them or for their future tasks. Some of those tasks may also be working on their hobbies, because gaining 5 points in their hobby unlocks knowledge about a new item to craft. For example, 5 points in cuisine will give them a grill, and 5 points in nature will give them the flower workbench, giving them new options to turn simoleons into crafting points and gaining knowledge. Oh, and 5 points in tinkering will unlock Didi's woodworking bench, which will be really useful later on. Which brings me to another point that I wanted to clarify, that Sims can only unlock certain jobs and careers on the survivor settlement, which is this lot that they are living on right now. They can unlock the advancements that come from reaching the 8th or 10th career level in their career later on, when they have a house of their own, but these first few advancements involving hobbies and first jobs can only be done in this settlement, so we want them to achieve those before they move out. We will go into more detail about designing and unlocking jobs in the next episode. In this episode we are still getting the basic necessities in place, so for example I really did have a bit of a rough night. Not everyone had a bed, some of the Sims worked through the night and will be taking naps later on, and they are getting a bit cold, hungry and grumpy, so we need to address that with a nice warm and cozy breakfast by the fire. Then for the second half of this video, the scavenging crew is going to explore a new part of this abandoned area, the edge of the forest. They will leave between 7 or 8 in the morning and spend the rest of the day there. Our goal today is really to cut down at least 5 trees, which will give us 15 logs and catch at least 12 fish. So let's hope Kennedy will do as well as he did yesterday, or maybe Melissa will have more luck today. But first, let's go back in time a few hours to this morning, where I divided all of their chores and things to do. So let's start out with Brandy. She's doing alright, I guess. She desperately needs a shower and she's a bit tired because she has been working through the night. So she can sleep during the day when the others are gone. And in the previous episode, I completely forgot that I had like this emergency water rock. So since we have the rain catcher now, but the water is still a bit too cold to get it out, I think it will be alright to just get a bucket of water here. And she's going to wash herself and then make as many soups as she can make. So she is going to dig into the rations. First I want her to set the number of servings to 12, yeah, and then make as many group meals as possible. So, and we are going to get out the last soup that she prepared, just for the others to start having some breakfast. I will just put it down here right now. We'll have a table a little later on. We're going to do some crafting with Abjit. So yeah, then Brandon, he is really tired. We're not going to wake him up. We're going to let him sleep. He is in desperate need of some fun and social. So when he wakes up, he can have breakfast with some of the others. And he'll be going to the forest today because he is of course one of our woodcutters. So he will be going to the forest. And I think after breakfast, I want him to discover that he's really into art. So that will also get his fun up. So let's have him view a couple of things in here. And then on to Brenda. We are going to wake her up. She's almost fully rested. And her hobby is science. I'm not sure if we know that yet. No, not really. We know that from the spreadsheet. And at this moment, one of the few ways to get her science up is to do some stargazing. Now, this is a bit risky, especially if you've seen The Addicts Build a City Challenge. There is a risk that she might get hurt, but right now we really need her to advance her hobby, and this is the only way to do that. So we are going to take that chance. After that, she is going to help Abjit filling in these holes, because I temporarily took out the apocalypse hiders because I had a little bit of a meltdown myself in the last episode because they kept digging new holes, and I wanted this lot to look a little bit messy, but this was a little bit too much for my taste. So I took out the hiders just for the last day that they are going to dig for treasure on this lot, because it's going to be exhausted at the end of the day anyway. And Brenda's also going to the forest today. She's going to help gather new stuff. Now Christy, as you can see, because she's been outside, she's a bit cold. She's gotten a bit cold. She's also gotten a bit dirty. She needs a shower, but we are not going to let her have a shower until there's water in here that she can get out. So let's have her light this fire, have some breakfast, and she can warm herself on the fire to get warm. And when the others leave, she can take a nap and then start working on her pottery. John has the clay and she needs water to do her pottery, so we are going to have to wait until there's more water. Oh, I forgot to mention, Brenda has a clean inventory because she's going out again today for scavenging, and so does Brandon. So they only have their traits and their personal items in here. So since Christy is not that tired and there's no water yet, I think that after breakfast she could spend some time collecting items from these trees, because they are going to chop them down today. So we do want to get the items out of there before the tree is gone. Now Goopy, he is currently on the chamber pot. And we want him to do some viewing. He is also into art, and we want to let him start working on his hobby. He needs some breakfast so he can chat with the others and hopefully have breakfast together. And after that we are going to let him start working on chopping down the trees behind the cabin. So we'll just cue these and see how far he comes. Then on to John. John is still asleep in this very messy bedroom. As you can see, they have been dropping their dirty laundry everywhere, especially when they wash themselves. So I'm going to let him clean up just a few of these. And let's move this for a second. He can clean this bowl and then also have some breakfast. So after everyone is gone, I think John is actually going to try and make sense of this world. So we have some items in here. He is going to stock the pottery wheel with some clay so Christy can do her work. But we also gave him the geodes, the fossils, and some other stuff. So he is definitely going to spend the day trying to make sense of this world. And we need a few crafted items from Abhijit to get him started. But after that, he will be ready to go, and we need him to work on both his logic and his creativity skill, because he is one of the Sims that is on the list to maybe become the leader of this group. But in order to make that decision, we really need this group to be complete. And as you know, we're playing this with a pleasant few townies, and we're missing a few essential townies for that. So I want them all to be here before we start making decisions about who's going to be the leader. And Kennedy is also asleep. We can actually let him sleep for a little while longer. When he wakes up, he can check if there's water in here, because maybe it will have melted, and he can help fill in these holes. No, he cannot, because he does not have a shovel. So he is going to get ready for a second day of fishing. And in his inventory, we still have this potion that this time I do want to sell, so he has a clean inventory again. He, in the last episode you might have noticed, or in the first episode actually, you might have noticed that we left the lamp at the quarry. So yeah, since that is a really, we can just pretend that that never happened and place the light back where it belongs in this area, so there's a little bit more light. So yeah, now we have 3 lanterns that they can just take with them wherever they go. Marilena is of course going to take the 3rd one with her when she goes out. So yeah. But yeah, Kennedy is going to get ready for his second day of fishing, and hopefully he'll do just as well as he did yesterday, because he really did provide the group with a lot of food points from all these fish that are on here. They are ready to be gathered, but that is something that Brandy is going to do when all of them leave. His job is really to catch the fish, and once the fish is here, it's the Sim that's in charge of the food supply that is going to make sure that the fish gets dried and gathered. Now Kome, he is really our strongest worker right now, and he is so tired. He is a woodcutter, so he will go to the forest today to cut down more trees, and we are going to wake him up from here and send him to the bedroom, because I'm hoping that he'll get a little bit better of a rest when he sleeps in one of the beds. So we're just going to let him sleep until it's ready to go, because we really want to be his energy to be up as high as possible. In his inventory we have a few logs, and I actually think that we're going to leave these here because he won't need them, and the others might be able to chop them down. Chop them into planks. So we're just going to place them here. And at the end of this day, every category of resources will have their own designated place where they can drop things off, so everything is more organized. Then Marilena, she is of course going to go on scavenging hunt to the forest. So we are just going to let her sleep, get her energy up, and then have some breakfast after she wakes up. If she has her breakfast together with the others, there's a big chance that she will get her fun and her social up just a bit. She has the necessary items to go on the scavenging hunt, and we are going to give her this lamp because she needs that. Then moving on to Melissa. She is also going to get ready for her second day at the forest. I think we are going to wake her up, let her clean up a bit, and help around the garden. She can help Brandy and Christy for a few hours to help tend the garden just until it's time to go. And Sandy, we are just going to let her sleep for a few more hours until she's well rested. I think she has a nice spot there on the couch, and somehow this couch looks way more comfortable than these sleeping bags. She is going to help fill in these holes, and today, since Abhijit is going to craft items, she is going to finish the job that Abhijit started. She is going to dig for treasure for 8 hours, so after she is done digging, this lot will be exhausted and they cannot find new items after that. Then on to Abhijit. So Abhijit crafted 4 items. So we're going to sell those, and we are going to sell all of the planks that we have. And this is going to allow us to build 4 items. So we're gonna start out with the shelving, and let's organize all this crap. There we go. So I kept most of the things that we're going to use in future crafting or for other reasons that Sims would probably use it. I kept those in Abhijit's inventory. Or that it has some functionality that we cannot use. So everything that's electric is going to stay in Abhijit's inventory for now. Then we have this area where they are going to store some of the food items that they are not going to use immediately. And on this side we have all these kinds of knickknacks that are probably going to be used in future crafting, just not right now. And on this side we have a shelf for like the smaller items that they are going to find. And at this corner we made a start with giving John a corner to work in. So he will start cracking open these fossils and geodes, and we have a little shelf here that we can put them into, and he can study them, make drawings, study the area, probably think about what their future plans will be. So everybody's inventory is clean, or at least clean enough for the next day. Let's see if everybody is fed and rested and ready to go to the forest. So I did put this electrical appliance here, so Marilena could start working on her tinkering. But I'm not sure that we'll be able to use it. Well, as long as it is it's broken, I guess we could use it. But once it's fixed, we can't really use it because we can't use the electricity. But yeah, I guess it's one way of working at her tinkering. At least we discovered her hobby right now, so that's enough for today. I think she can take one more quick nap before it is time to go. And let's see, what is Brandon doing? Why is he not using this? Okay, he is using it now. Oh, and the food is gone. Okay, so we are going to put out one more plate of soup because not everybody has had their breakfast yet, and we need everyone to be fully ready for the next day. Let's see, if he's going to serve it, he's probably going to serve it right here. Unless Brandy gets there first. Wait, where did it go? Did it? Oh, it's stacked. Okay, well, great. Can you get rid of this? How is your mechanical skill? You've got 3 points. Someone is eating blueberries. Oh no, John is harvesting blueberries. Right, I forgot about that. Yeah, let's see if Melissa can repair this. And we'll work on her tinkering too. Brandon is standing there like he's not going to do anything, so he can serve the food, please. You're not going to serve the food, why not? Can you go here? Something is wrong with Brandon, I'm not sure what. Let's that did it. He did sleep on those mattresses. I'm not sure. Are they flirting? No, annoying each other. See, so the first fights are starting to break out. It's all so messy and they're all so grumpy. And yeah, this really was to be expected. Let's get some food into Brenda. And Abhijit can take a nap because he or really just sleep in the bed because he worked all night and most of the morning, so he really was very productive. Where did the food go? Brandon has it. Okay, so let's at 7 o'clock we are going to roll the dice and the scavenging crew is going to leave to go search in the forest. So we have 1 hour, half an hour actually, to get them ready, which should be enough. And let's see how much we still have left. Hurdle 84. Okay, so we probably can only make 1 more serving of this Let's cheat a little bit and put it here. I think we can make one more serving of the soup. After that she will be exhausted anyway, so she will probably want to sleep, which is fine. And where is Christy? She is outside cleaning again. She could collect the rest of these branches and eggs, I think. And then maybe stock the fridge. Oh, wait, she also could... There. She could gather the dried fish and put it in the fridge to restock our supply. Wait, did Melissa finish repairing the thing so soon? No, let's try again. Okay, and John, what are you doing? Looks like you're ready to start drafting, really. Now we're going to let him have a nap, and he's going to start drafting after the others have gone. So we'll see that in the next episode. And Kome is going to get something to eat, because he really needs to. He has a long day of work ahead of him, because he is the woodcutter together with Brandon. Brandon, did you did you do your viewing? Probably not. That'll help his fun. And that will also let us discover his hobby, which is of course arts. He can look at a few more items before they go. I don't mind. And once Kome finishes his breakfast, lunch and dinner in one, it's time to get going. So let's wake up Marilena, let her use the potty, and I know it's not a potty, and go here. Oh my god, one of the trees fell right through the wall. Let's turn that around, shall we? They can just walk through it, but it looks a bit weird if it's lying straight through the cabin. Brandon is not liking the old refrigerator. Well, we're probably going to destroy that at some point anyway. Brenda is cleaning up. Yeah, so it looks like most of them are ready to go. Can you grab another plate? You can. Okay, good. So we would really have to make sure that most of them have had at least enough to eat for them to get them through the day. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Let's get going. And let's see what the forest has to offer. So here they come, arriving at the edge of the forest. Let's take a closer look at this forest lot that we've got here. So we have another time control clock set to 80% hidden under this trash can. And this is really supposed to be like the edge of the forest. So behind this, there's obviously there's the rest of the forest. We have a small rock formation right here, and behind it, more to that side, is the actual quarry. So the big rock formation out there is the quarry that you saw in the first episode. These rocks, they can technically be used for anything, but on this lot we have the restriction that they can only mine here for stone. So no minerals, no iron, no metals, just stone, if they would want to. So we have a lot of berry bushes and a lot of trees which can be cut down for wood, for logs, and so they have plenty of food, plenty of wood, and behind and in between these bushes we have lots and lots of mushrooms too, and herbs and all kinds of things. So yeah, I really have no idea what I put in here. So it's really a surprise what they are going to find. We also have like an emergency log splitter if we need firewood, and fishing spots, and we have these water collecting rocks again. So they can. The idea is that they can get a bit of water right here, and they can wash themselves in the lake. So that's why these rocks are here. So yeah, I think Marilena has the items to set up camp, so let's start out with that. Let's place the tent. I feel like I'm putting it down backwards. Probably not. Okay, so we've got the tent right here. Let's place down 2 sleeping bags next to it. And she's going to need the matches to make fire later on, if they are going to stay here until dark, or until one of them gets cold and they have to warm themselves. So that is going to be a thing. Let's see, Brandon and Kome. Kome is pretty well rested. We're not going to let him wash himself because the sun and moon actions on the trees, they're not going to quit doing those if they're not completely clean. Lower needs are not actually going to stop them from doing them. So we are going to cut down a few trees, and he can take a rest after that. Brandon, let's see, he is hungry, but let's start out with cutting trees too. And he can harvest a few blueberry snacks and eat those if he gets hungry. Brenda is going to spend her time mostly on gathering berries from these bushes, but she's not going to harvest them as a snack. She's actually going to harvest baskets, so we can make preserved foods out of these berries. I'm not sure if she can reach all of them, but let's just try. Blackberries, blueberries, and rose hips. That's enough for now. Marilena is going to clean herself because she will stop scavenging if she so she is going to stop scavenging if she doesn't feel clean enough. So we are going to get her needs up before she's going to start digging. And then we have Kennedy and Melissa, who both really need a shower. So let's see, Kennedy can start out here with his fishing, and Melissa can start out here, and whenever the water rock resets, they can take a shower. So yeah, let's go. I forgot to move this fishing spot right here, so Melissa is standing in a really weird spot. We are going to do something about that. So yeah, let's take a look at Marilena. Yeah, so she has the water bucket. Really the most important thing that we can do today is gather wood, obviously, but also gather those berries. We'll give her some privacy. So we need Marilena's needs up as high as possible. There we go. So she is now clean and she can eat the goji berries. And maybe even watch the clouds for a short while just to get her fun up, because I don't think there's anything fun to do here. So yeah, let's see if that's going to work. Kome has already cut down his first tree. That's really nice. So yeah, let's see how long they are able to work today. So Marilena is going to start digging at 10:30. So at 6:30 is her time. Is the time when she should really stop, because that's the end of the 8 hours of digging for her. And Brenda can really let's see. She can actually help with the trees, because she does have a lot of body skill. Yeah. But we do want these mushrooms too. So let's get a few of these mushrooms. The ones that are maybe easily reachable. Yeah, and after that she can help with the trees. So Brandon can't reach that. Kome is already working on his 4th tree, so he's really going fast. Maybe he can even cut this tree down. He's going so fast. Let's see, Marilena is going to... Yeah, she's going to fish for fun. Let's see, macro, dig for stuff. Yeah, that's better. So she is going to continue digging now. Kennedy has got another boot again. We do really have a lot of leather for crafting right now. Oh, peanuts, that's nice. Of course, we are really hoping to find another treasure chest or anything else that's more valuable. We'll see how she does. Catching butterflies, yeah. Well, maybe you can give them to John to do some research on that later on. Yeah, so she couldn't really reach this tree, so we're going to just move it. There we go. Let's see, did Brandon eat? Probably not. He did pick the berries, so after he's done with this tree, he can just eat a few berries. Just so he won't die. And maybe you can cut down that one. At the rate that Kome is going, we're going to like shut down this entire forest. Oh, there's Joe. You're not supposed to be there. So obviously Joe is one of the essential Sims that are missing from the first group. And I hope we are going to see him very, very soon. Okay, so Kome is having a little bit of a meltdown right here. I think we're just going to let him get some sleep. And when Brandon is done and he's had some food in him, he's going to sleep for a few hours too. Kennedy is going to take a short break after this and wash himself. And then eat some mushrooms. Kennedy wants to marry a rich sim. I really don't think that's going to happen, Kennedy. So yeah, he's going to eat those mushrooms, and he can clean himself in the lake. And after that, he's just going to continue fishing. So far, Marlena is really not finding very useful items. Yeah, let's harvest a few more snacks so we can feed the others, and harvest a few more mushrooms. There we go. Looks like Kennedy is really enjoying the mushrooms. Okay, and judging by the shadows, I think it is getting. No, it's only 2 o'clock, so it's still pretty early. Let's see. Let's put the mushrooms out here. Yeah, so she can have a berry snack and the mushrooms. We're really not going to clean up all these baskets. Let's see, how is Melissa doing? Oh, we forgot the chamber pot. Oh no. Okay, so let's take another approach right here. Let's have her go. Wait, can you? Yeah, let's have her go out here, if that's possible. I will just empty her bladder that way. Since we cannot use the chamber pot today. She's probably going to, yeah, she's going to take a nap, which is fine, and she can take a shower when she's done with that. Let's see if Marlena found something that we missed. Probably not. Yeah, the peanuts, celery, which is kind of nice. These maps are nice. More food and more rocks. Yeah, really all kinds of small items. So it's not really their lucky day. And I think Brenda can just continue with these trees. She's pretty fast too, just like Kome. And she'll be working on her body skill while she works on these trees. Let's have her collect a few more eggs and branches then. Which will also come in handy for restocking the fridge. Let's see, where's Melissa? Did she... Yeah, she did go to sleep. Okay, good. She didn't just go into the tent. She actually went to sleep. Marlena found another chair. And yeah, let's have him sleep. Just for a little while longer. Melissa can come out now and get some water. And we are going to just find a better spot for the fishing. If I'm not mistaken, they stand on the left side of this thing. So this should work a little better. go. So she has some water now. She can go here and wash herself. Yeah. And then continue fishing. So let's see how Kennedy's doing. I think he still had 4 fish from the last day. He has 13 now, so he caught 9 fish today. He really is on a roll. So what I want to do with the fish, so last time we put the fish on the drying rack and we kept the rest of the fish in his inventory, which if you think about it logically, he would have it in his backpack, which I forgot to put on them. I just noticed. I will do that next time, I promise. So yeah, he would keep the fish in his backpack, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to smell. So what I want to do next time, or tonight when they come home, is we're going to put 4 fish on the drying rack, because that is how much fish you can actually store there. And the rest of the fish is going into the refrigerator, because I think that makes more sense. It's less food points, but it's also more realistic to do it that way, I think. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. If he ever falls into the water, Marlena is probably going to save him, because she just found a lifeguard. What's that called? Yeah, I'm not sure what the word is. A lifesaver, a lifeguard, a thingy that floats. Yeah, so let's see. Melissa also had a few more fish from last time. I think she only caught 3 fish on the first day, so she caught 6 today, which isn't that bad. So they're both doing a great job. Brandon and Kennedy are, I keep calling him Kennedy, I don't know why. So Brandon and Kome are still asleep. I think I'm gonna wake up Brandon first. Oh, he probably can't reach that. I'll just go here. Just go behind the tree. And he wants to be friends with Kome, so we could also just let them have a chat. He really needs his social. There's no water yet, so yeah, let's wake up Kome. It's almost 6:30, and I would almost forget, but Brandon actually has a mirror, so he can do something about his hygiene without using water. Not sure how that will work actually, but I think it's funny, so let's use that. It's not doing that much in the hygiene department. Yeah, can you just have a chat then, maybe? And Brenda could, I think, gather a few more mushrooms while they are here. No, not a bird's nest. Mushrooms, please. Yeah, so gather mushrooms. Some of these places will be hard to reach, but let's see how that goes. And Kome can buck the last of the felled trees, and that'll be it for today. He has, let's see, 6 logs in his inventory, and I think Brenda has a few more. She has 9, so we have 15 logs, and I think the last one is going to give another 3. So we'll have 18 logs, which is not bad for this day at the forest. So it would be really nice if they would get some aspiration points before their meter gets too low, when they start like fighting and stuff. But yeah, it's also not the most important thing that they should be doing. Yeah, but it's 7 o'clock. Let's see. Let's have Kennedy go back to fishing, and Marilena should really stop digging. This lot is now really exhausted, so she and so is she. So she should really get some sleep. And yeah, let's interrupt Brandon and Kome. They were having a good conversation, but we need to take home these last few logs. So we'll have Kome work on that. Be nagged. No, I wanted you to go fishing. Don't start nagging Brandon. Oh, he's out of worms. That means that he did catch a lot of fish then. Let's collect a few more and then continue fishing. And he can use the toilet when they get home. Brenda, well, you can just go behind these bushes, I think. Let's have her go here. Yeah. And Kome is done and now almost peeing his pants. So, I don't know, he can just, I think, run here. Yeah, hurry up, go, 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 go. Go, go, please. Come on, I'll help you. And he can just go behind this tree. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to wake up Marilena. And it's 8 o'clock. It's actually past 8 o'clock. And it's time to go home. So hopefully Brandy did some more cooking and there's food waiting for them at home and they can clean up, wash themselves. Wait, we're going to take home one more bucket of water. Just because we really need the water. There we go. So now it's really time to go home. It's been a productive day. So we are now back at the settlement where they left this morning for the forest. The scavenging group will be home in 13 hours, which is around 9 p.m. And the rest of these guys have the rest of this day to start crafting, cleaning up, and just doing everything they can to advance the settlement to the next level. And I think it will be mostly John doing the thinking and planning what this community is going to work towards. But we'll see all of that in the next episode, where he will be looking at his rocks, making some drawings of his surroundings, and plan for the next phase. So yeah, it's been a productive day. We've gathered 18 logs, which is really a lot, and gathered lots and lots of food, even a bit of water to take home, even though we have this rain catcher right here. And lots and lots of berries to process into preserved foods and eggs and lots of stuff. Of course, we're going to use these logs to saw into planks and materials so they can start crafting on new workbenches and new ways of providing for this settlement and create a self-sustaining settlement, self-sustaining community. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. As always, I want to thank you for spending time with me, following these survivors on their way to rebuild society in a new world. I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!